Hi everybody, today I'm going to do a makeup tutorial. It's going to have very kind of naturally pretty face. I'm going to be using a brighter blush, but it's going to look kind of like summery, but also kind of like you could wear in the fall. It's kind of an all year round, really natural, kind of flushed look, like pink cheeks, reddish lips, but not like primary red like what I'm wearing, like deep kind of natural red tone of your lips, and brown eyeliner, and so yeah, I guess you'll see as I go that it's not a really specific type of makeup look, but it's very nice and wearable for every day. So I've said in my other tutorial that I don't like Revlon Color Stay, but I'm using it today because it's the only foundation I have right now that matches my skin tone, because I just bought Dream Liquid Mousse, which I really like, but the color is not perfectly right. It's a little bit too pink, so anyway, I'm going to be using this one. So I don't like it that much, but right now it's my only option. So I just apply it with my fingers because I'm finding that this is the only way I like to apply it. And also, if you put it on very lightly, it's a lot better than, I mean, I made a mistake of using too much a few times, so, but you can see it does cover really well, and it's a really good color for my skin, so I guess that's what I'm going to have to use for a while, because it definitely has a lot in it, so I don't want to be wasteful, so I'm going to use it. And right now my skin doesn't even need like that much coverage, so I'm really barely applying any. Yeah. So I've seen like, I mean, I realize if you put a lot of this foundation on, you can almost use it as a concealer also, which is kind of cool, I guess, if you're in a hurry and you don't want to use two products. Yeah. I don't really use that much foundation like on my forehead. Actually, sometimes I don't even put it on at all. And that's because I have bangs and it covers. So it's kind of almost pointless for me to put it on. But anyway. So, for this look, you can really use whatever foundation you want. You can use no foundation, you can use a more dewy foundation, just whatever one you like to use the best that you use every day. So I'm going to put some concealer on, the one I always use. And I'm really running out, so I probably need to get more soon. But it seems like I think there's none, and then a ton comes out, but it's kind of weird. So I'm putting it in all the usual spots. Oops, I don't know. So now my face is fully covered and how I want it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my eyebrows are a little bit weird and kind of bushy right now, but I'm kind of growing them out to see what the natural shape looks like. I know it's kind of weird, but I kind of forgot, and I'm wondering, I don't know, we'll see. I'll probably end up plucking them pretty thin again. Not thin, but like, you know. Anyway, so now I'm going to use my huge Sephora palette that I've had for years now. I really like this blush that's in here. It's like very reddish. It's kind of like a brick color. So you can see in the middle. So I'm going to be using that. And I'm going to use, what brush am I going to use? I'm going to use this brush that's kind of flat on the top. And I'm going to use the side of it. So, and you'll see why. Now this is a really pigmented color, so I have to be kind of careful. But I'm going to put it more on my cheekbones, which I know sounds kind of weird, but it's a really interesting color. And I'm just going to experiment, you know, why not? So I'm just going to put a little bit for right now, and then on the side too. And now I'm going to blend it with this brush. So it almost has like this kind of clay, like earth tone in it. Like it's very, it's for, like it's like, it's more of a natural blush color, I think. Kind of like if you were outside and your skin got kind of red. I think it looks a lot like that. So anyway, I'm going to kind of blend it into my hair line so that it looks natural. So I don't want to use too much because it can kind of look a little clowny if you use too much. And in this lighting, there's a huge window behind this. It looks a little bit lighter than it actually is, so I'm going to leave it as it is. And now I'm going to do, I don't know, maybe I'll leave my eyebrows. I'm going to fill them in just a tiny bit so they look a little bit more shaped, like a natural shape. I'm just going to use a shade that's my color, I guess. Just fill in little areas that are kind of open. I'm also going to use, I just got this product, which a lot of people probably know about, because it's pretty, it has quite a following I've read about. Ah, I can't shut this. So what it is it's this air spun powder. And it's very nice. It smells like baby powder, so I don't know, some people are kind of annoyed with certain smells. But I have translucent because I have very light skin. So what I do is it has the little holes in it. You probably can't see. Oh, there you go. And so what I do is I just dump it into this a little bit. And a really good amount comes out. You don't need that much, like about that. And then I put it in the areas that get oily throughout the day. That's all I need, really. Just like that. And it comes with this little powder thing, but it's not that great. And it doesn't have a thing to hold on to while you put it on, so I just keep it in there for protection, but I don't use it really. Okay, so next I'm going to do the eyes. So what I'm going to use is also from this, the e.l.f. palette, which it has a lot of colors, and some of them are not that great, but I think it has a good range, so I'm going to use that. And what I'm going to be using is kind of orangey brown tones. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my brown pencil. And this is an eyebrow pencil, but you can use it for your eyes too. Because it says brow eye makers. So, I mean, it can be for both, but anyway. So what I'm going to do is just go on up here, the top lid. And try and get as close to your lash line as possible. And just get a tiny bit thicker at the end. And blend it a little bit, just a little. But what I'm going to do with this is I am going to go over it a tiny bit with black, just a tiny bit, because I'll show you why. Okay, so then, before I do the bottom, what I'm going to use is a little bit of black, and I'm going to use this brush that's at an angle, but it's soft. It's not like a brow brush that's stiff. Kind of a grayish black, not a complete black. And I'm going to go on the sides, so I'll show you. So then I'm going to kind of blend it in. And so see, I just wanted a tiny bit so that it kind of looks like it's winged out, but it's not really. Just blend it around and it'll kind of eventually disappear, but you'll still have that kind of dark look. But anyway, go on the bottom too and line your, under your lash line. So it's kind of defined, but it's not too dark, which is what you want. And if you want to do your rims, you can do that too, but I'm not going to do it for this look. And then I'm going to curl my eyelashes. So then you can just use whatever mascara that you use usually. And really put a lot of coats on because you want really full lashes. There's really no look that doesn't include full lashes now, you know? Like, I think it's really the main focus of every makeup look. So the lip color I'm going to use is kind of a brownish red, and It looks good on a lot of skin tones, so I'll show you that one.